Welcome to Maths with Bob. Today we're looking at the 3-minute series on statistics. We're still on hypothesis testing. This is problem 3. Now we're looking at one-sided tests as opposed to two-sided tests in this problem, and you can see here the dissolved oxygen content in water from a polluted river was normally distributed with a mean of 4 parts per million and a variance of 0.2 squared, or if like a standard deviation of 0.2 parts per million. Now, anti-pollution measures were taken, and the following samples were obviously obtained from the river again, and you can see here these are the samples in parts per million for the oxygen content. And the question is basically, has the oxygen content been increased by these measures? Okay, so let's actually have a look at how we would do this one. Okay. Well, first of all, again, we just set up our test, if you like. You can see here the null hypothesis is in fact that the mean of the oxygen content in the river is 4 parts per million over here. Okay, and our alternative hypothesis is that we're really only looking at whether we have actually increased the oxygen content, and hopefully we have. But this is actually only a one-sided test, and you can see here the significance levels of 5%. You can see here these are 1.645, and at 1% is 2.326. Okay, so first of all, what we have to do is we obviously have to find the mean of our sample. You can see here there are 9 samples. They have a mean of about 4.656. And again, we're using our Z statistic, the mean of the sample minus the mean of the population all over. You can see here the standard deviation, which is, you can see 0.2 of the population all over the square root of the sample size, which is square root 9, which is just 3. Okay, so when we work this out, we get a fairly high Z score, if you like, Z statistic 9.84. Okay, now let's have a look at what happens. Well, okay, our 9.84 is really way up this end. Okay, and you can see here it's very unlikely that this is going to occur. In that, what does that mean? Well, it's very unlikely that the mean of the oxygen content of the river is actually 4 parts per million. So at a significance level of 5%, you can see here 5% is 1.645 just here. We are miles away, and also we're also miles away from the 1% or 0.01, which is actually 2.326 over here. So we're miles up this way. Okay, so obviously if we were going to accept it, it would have to be over here somewhere. Okay, but you can see here we're not going to accept the null hypothesis, and we're going to accept the alternative hypothesis in that our measures were very successful in increasing the oxygen content of the water in this particular river. Okay, well, thank you for watching, and bye for now.